The barn's a disaster, and our only goal today is to get the Jeep outside, which coincidentally might mean we get to drive the Jeep for a bit today, and that'd be pretty cool. So here's the deal. We've had the Jeep in here for like well over a month, and the place is not getting tidier as we go. I need to get it outside and get the floor in here tidied up and get everything back into shape, which means whatever it takes, we just gotta figure out a way to fire it up and drive it out the door. Now we know it ran because we started last episode, but I don't really think it was in mobile condition. Okay. First thing on the agenda in the get it move situation is this guy. You see this problem? I unbolted this sway bar, right? It's right here. It goes there and there because it was in the way, and then I kind of forgot about it. And basically, it needs to not be in there anymore. We'll put it back in somewhere, but it's not gonna live where it is right now. That's future Ethan problem. Current Ethan is get it out. Now, what size of bolt is that gonna be? Is it laying here? That's what I seem to do with all my tools, is just leave them on the floor like an animal. Did I get the right size on the first try? Probably not. If you're bad at guessing sizes, just bring all your wrenches over. One of them will probably be right. Off you go. Come on, off you go. Yeah. Oh, these bushings are super loose. We'll just slip them back on here. Otherwise, we're gonna lose them. Got it all loose now. Well, it's very tight. Well, you really made it tight there, Ethan. I don't know what you were thinking. Pull this bushing down. Go backwards, can I? Tilt down over the nut. Can I go this way? Up and back? Can we do that? Come on. Just, if it doesn't fit nice, just force it. That's how it works. Not getting looser. Where's my hammer? You could have pulled this out before, Ethan. Just used an ounce of proactive thinking and been like, well, maybe it'll be easier before. Nope, didn't do that. Now I really got it stuck. Oh yeah, there we go. What's it stuck on up here? I go that way? Then here? Come on now. What's going on? We might be making progress. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Oh, hang on. Hey! Hey! Come on. Yeah! We're free! Out. Just why how does this happen? Get out of there! That calls for a walk with the dogs. Hey, little buddy. What you doing? What you doing, buddy? Wanna go for a walk? Let's go for a walk, buddy. Come on, Looney. Luna, let's go for a walk. At least you're a little more ambitious. Are you bored of walking already, buddy? What's going on? Up and down, but you're so fast, Luna Bear. Now, while I was under there, I also noticed that the turbo oil line, like the drain line that I just installed, appears to be leaking heavily. So now we can just add that to our list of things that I thought was done to not be done and do. Now, some of you probably already thought this when you saw me start at the last episode. There isn't one of these yet. For like 3 of you that's interested what this does, this controls your boost level. It's got springs and things in here, and you can change them and then get more boost or less boost, and boost makes power. So we want more boost, but we don't want all the boost because all the boost blows up the engine. This is our way of controlling that. I don't have any pipe that's this size or anything, so I have to go to the store. That's what we're doing now. That's the next step. Are you ready, Elvis? How about you? Are you ready? Going for a truck ride. You might think that these are just, plumbing pipes, but these are specifically the size of the wastegate we have. And Elvis said that they were fine, so that's good enough for me. Luna was less impressed, but she's kind of, she's backseat driver. Okay, now you're about to learn that I don't know very much about wastegates. But what I do know is you want them to be sort of not interrupting the flow, but really just where the flow can be. So it's really good if you can put it on a 90 like this, I think. That's what I read on the internet. We only have one 90 like this. Well, we've got both exhausts connected, so this is our spot. Essentially, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our pipe, we're gonna sort of cut him off at an angle, and then cut a hole in here, and it'll sit in there like that, and then this will sit there. And we might go at a little bit of an angle up, just to sort of hide it, and that'll be what we do. I don't want too many of these threads showing. They're a little ugly, so we'll probably put one like, we'll cut it off there, and like up here-ish. How do I do this? We don't want a full half gone, is what I'm trying to say. We want less than a half gone. I don't know, something like that, I think. We might just leave a bit on there in case we need it. We're just gonna start a bit small and work our way big. I don't know if I can hold this in a way that you're able to see it, but it'll sort of sit like that, right? Angled towards here. That'll be good. Before we fully mount that, I'm just gonna go ahead and weld the V-band deal. That'll be hard to do once it's on the big pipe. So we're just gonna take care of that right meow. Yeah, that'll be good. Like I don't know. I'm not a welder. That's all there is to it. It's fine. It'll be just fine. Well, I'm gonna call this the evening, cause I've got a dear wife that I'd like to hang out with, and we'll be right back tomorrow. You won't even know it's the next day. What do you think, Elvis? Is today gonna be a better day? You think it will be? Are we going to be more productive today? You're probably not going to be, hey? You're just going to lay here all day, aren't you? Yeah, Luna took that from me, didn't she? I better try and do this with it removed. I'm gonna wreck something. This clamp is just hard to get off, especially when you're laying on the ground. There we go. Oh, I guess we could weld up this V-band too, hey? I haven't done that. Look at we cut out an egg. Isn't that, ouch, hot? That's sort of like the hole shape. And this will sort of like, I don't remember where it goes. Maybe it goes this way. Yeah, it does. It'll go like that. We gotta do some massaging to make that fit nice though. We gotta knock it down right there. I guess that's good enough, isn't it? If I can weld it, that's probably good enough fitment, isn't it? I'm gonna try and just massage it down a little bit in the gooch to give it a little more angle like that. And there's a bit of a hole there. So we're just gonna massage it down here and here. And then that'll sort of make it go up, hopefully. Alright, we've massaged this up quite a bit. We're reasonably happy with the fitment now when a guy holds it in exactly the right place, which takes me 10 minutes to figure out every time. We're just gonna tack it up, sort of knock the edges in as needed, and then we'll weld it. And it'll be great. Sure of it. That's a bit of a gap to try and fill, but I should be able to manage it. There's a bit of one there. It'll be okay. I think we'll get this working. Let's just fix that little spot, eh? Ooh, back off. I don't want to pretend that I know what I'm doing. So if you see something wrong with this scenario, just feel free to let me know. Like, I'm pleased with how it looks, and I'm happy with it, but I don't know if it's going to work. Because, you know, I don't know. If you do know, if you, like, are sort of an expert in this matter, and I've done something wrong, just maybe let me know in the comments and I can correct that situation, because I'm kind of just like crossing my fingers and hoping it works. So I just recorded me taking this all apart, except I didn't record it because I forgot to hit record. Anyways, this came with the heaviest spring installed. I'm going to put the littlest spring in. We'll start with that. I better look up the instructions, actually. That seems like a bad idea. Hold. Not convinced I know any more now than when I started, but in my Google box research, it said there was a 14-pound spring installed, which is this one, which would mean I would get 14 pounds of boost, which is a little more than I want. There is a 17-pound spring included, which this one was loose. I'm assuming it's a 17 because it's way taller and it feels equally as stiff. And that there was a 7-pound spring, which is what I'm assuming this little guy is, because it's still pretty stiff and it's a bit shorter. I'm not sure exactly. We're gonna start with the little one. If it's not enough, we'll move to a bigger one. Yeah, like that's easier for me to work with anyways. Therefore it must be lighter, because it's easier for me to keep close. Got it in its little home. Yeah. This is definitely a lighter. Comment below if you think a 44mm wastegate's gonna be big enough for this application. I'm not totally convinced it will be, but it's already bought and paid for, so, you know, that's what we're using. The genuine version of this here wastegate, it's expensive. It was like $400 for the real one. Thank goodness I got this one for like $60. And you know, it seems like it's gonna work after I took it apart and removed all the metal bits that were loose inside. We'll see if it's good or not. That is the wastegate installed. It's not the worst, hey? Now we gotta run a hose from that up to the intake manifold. And then theoretically we should be also running a couple coolant lines, but that's like future Ethan problem for sure. I really want to know if my tire still fits, which is what I'm going to do right now. This is not my favorite game. There's a way. I just got to remember exactly. I think we turn it all the way this way, slip it in, turn it the other way, and then we can put it on. I think. Enough? Right. That's the opposite of the way I meant to steer it. That dang. Oh, gosh, it's heavy. Come on, there you go. You're almost. Oh, it's so awkward. You put it up here. Can't install it, obviously. Come on, this is so frustrating. Okay, stay. Stay. Now we turn the wheel out. Now, stop. Boy, I sure do like these wheels. Beautiful wife got me these wheels. I sure do like them, but boy, are they heavy. Okay, this is just embarrassing now. How long are you willing to watch a guy struggle to put a tire on? That's the question today. Hey, we're up here. Got it, got it. Alright, now this is the edge of that and that's there. So we gotta just see how that fits when we turn the wheel. Oh. Well, that's not great. It is definitely touchy. That's not quite ideal. Perhaps I should have, you know, checked that prior to now. We'll sort it out, don't worry. Like, it's hard to believe it, but just moving this guy from over here to over here, that's enough room. Like, I don't think I'd want to autocross over bumps with it, but it doesn't touch anymore, and it's going to be heat wrapped, and I'll have to plumb this away a little bit, I think. But also what I can do is adjust the steering stop, and then it won't turn so far, and it'll just be, you know, say back over somewhere there. And that's maybe a good alternative as well. Turning sharp in a big SUV with tall tires is not really recommended anyways, let's be honest here. So if I have to turn a little less sharp, that doesn't hurt my feelings. With the wastegate installed, I guess it's time to figure out what we do next. I'm leaning towards bolting the seat down, because I think that would make it much easier to drive. I have just changed my mind. I want to do the seat when I can open the door all the way, because this is, well, there's enough space obviously, but it's not great. And maybe if it was on the ground, that would be easier too. So we're holding off on that for a minute. Well, I didn't really want to do this, and I bet it's going to annoy some people, but we're cutting this part out. This is too annoying to try and put the clamps on, and like there isn't a different place to put it. We'll put something else back in its place to strengthen it up, but this part right here and this part on the other side, she gone. It's not like the thing's exactly original anymore. It's not that big of a deal. See, to me, that just looks a lot more user-friendly to put my clamps and things on. I'm into user-friendly. That's going to be much better. So we're just going to pop it together quick, put all the piping on. We'll run a line down to that wastegate, put the other tire on. Let's get this guy together. Just going to force that around there. Come on. Yeah. Did I put the clamp on first? No, I forgot. Incompetence of the people that work in this barn is just outstanding. Like, as in, they may as well be outstanding in the rain for how much they get done. I could cut more of this off. It wouldn't hurt my feelings at all. Nothing too far away, that's for sure. Okay, intercooler is now tight in there. We got this there. We're gonna put the other tire on, and then we're gonna put this piping in. And then we're gonna see if the hood closes, because I realized a problem. We got 15 jack stands under the thing. Let's get a few of those down. Where's my big jack? I'm not gonna lie, it just being back on its wheels makes me pretty happy. We got pipe to put in, and then we gotta see if it's still running. Should have made this 90 just a hair longer, if I'm honest. Good enough for right now, that's for sure. That's the secondary latch kind of deal, or first stage. I don't know what you want to call it. It latches into there, and there used to be nothing there, but now there's that there. This does not fit. As per normal, a slight oversight. Massage a little bit out of the turbo. You can massage a little bit off of here, and that's probably all it'll take. That's what we're gonna do. Took just a little off of here, just a little off there, a little off there, and now it's sort of like we gotta put the hose on for the wastegate. Then I think we're ready to try it again, and that's really exciting to me. We got a port right here that we can use. It's got 2 outlets on it though, and they're junk. So it's gonna come out first thing, and we'll go from there. This is one of those things that you might only get with AMC. It's a vacuum tee of sorts, but they didn't put flares on. They just sort of shoved the hose over and called it good. Obviously they all blow off if you have a backfire. So that's probably annoying. And by probably annoying, I mean we barely made it to Saskatchewan last year, because that's exactly what happened. I do not have a fitting that is better than what I just showed you. And also I have no hose, so I guess I'm going back to the hardware store. There's no need to point out that the tubing I got will not last and isn't the right stuff. It's a small town and it's a Sunday, and you sort of get what you get sometimes. We'll swap it out later. gonna use some of this stuff. It's really nice clear tubing, isn't it? Definitely isn't gonna take the heat for very long. But probably long enough to make it run. I didn't know what kind of fitting I needed, so I just got them all. Got a bushing here somewhere. I think I have a 90, and that would look better, wouldn't it? In agreement with how much time we have, we're taking the most direct route to get to the place that we need to go. No, like it's not the prettiest thing you've ever seen, but it'll work. I realize this camera angle might be weird, but my normal old trusty cell phone that I use has died, and this GoPro that I bought, which I have yet to really figure out how to use, is what I've got. You're gonna see what I'm looking at now. You won't see me, but you'll see what I see. Isn't that gonna be cool? I bet you can really hear me sniffle too. That's probably nice. We're gonna stay on this side because I bet it's a little cooler. Does this go through here somehow? Yeah, like that. Just like that. I'll cut it off right there. Oh, this knife is melted. It's not going to work. Now, do we think that'll work? I think so. That'll be okay. Okay, how about a couple zip ties? Oh, don't drop them all. Just zip tie it to the wires. It'll be fine. What do we think here? Are we ready to try? All right, we're hooking up the battery. Where's my 9/16 wrench? Look at that, eh? You can't really see what I'm looking at, but just tilt a little more. That's better. Yeah, like that. Let's just crank it over and see if it starts. Okay, so you saw that as hopefully as well as I did. Very plainly, a massive oil leak from back here. Why is there so much water, I wonder? Like it's sort of black and oily, but it's just full of water. All the oil is pouring out of, I think, that pressure fitting. I don't think it was my oil drain at all. I think it was my pressure fitting. Oh yeah, it's oily there. Now it looked like to me it was leaking right off the top of this fitting, so I guess we'll pull this line off and see what's going on. That wasn't very tight, Heathen. I'm still surprised that it was pouring out. I believe a little leak, but it was pouring out. My bet is that it's cracked. Doesn't really look cracked. Can I just replace it and be done with it? Does this look like it was a problem? It certainly looked like it was leaking out of this hose. It's pretty sloppy threads though. Maybe it was a problem. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, like they're not exactly, you know, we know where it came from. Maybe that's the problem. Let's see if we can't find a better fitting. I let the camera charge up for a bit, and I tried to fix the problem. We dug through our junk. We found some fittings that are not the right thing, but they might work. We're almost ready to try it again. And then I also noticed that I'm an idiot and didn't zip tie up my boost line. And it caught the alternator and obviously tore a hole in it. So the line that I need to replace anyways because it's junk is still junk, but also now I need to replace it without even getting to try it. That's frustrating. Maybe I can just make it shorter. There. It's Well, it's pulled a little tight right now, but it's gonna work. Let's try again. Here we go. I guess it's time to try and move it. It's making a lot of smoke because of all the new heat wrap. And also because it's smoking. Making a funny smell. I think I might have a coolant issue. That kind of seems like it might be a future Heathen problem. That'll be it for this episode of Heathen's Garage. Thanks for watching. Bye.